I came to Odessa in '52, I never thought I'd stay this long. My intention was to stay 1 year and then go back, learn the business and go back to the big time. And here I am, 55 years later, and enjoying the heck out of it. I found a home when I came to Odessa. You never know what the good Lord has in store for you. I've gone all through seen the transition from black and white and without satellites to what it is today. And if I went back to television, I would be lost because everything has changed so fabulously, I guess for the better, but it's a wonderful world. KECK, Roy Elsner gave me my first job at KECK. That's where I started off, and it was a good experience. Roy was an excellent boss, and it was a learning experience. I did the night show, I did the morning show. The night show was the Night Watchman with Dan Kalenak, and the morning show was Roughneck Roundup with Andy Schroeder. And we had recordings of him, and people would hear the music outside and come up to see if Andy Schroeder was up there, and he wasn't, of course. But it was an all-around learning experience. I enjoyed that very much. I couldn't have thought of a better place to learn the business, as it were. Yeah, if you'll notice on that picture of me at the switchboard, there is a picture of the 45 RPM. That was just coming into vogue at the time, and they hooked it up to the switchboard so we could play 45 RPMs. And you could tell there also that I was a smoker of Pall Mall cigarettes. It's one of those. Lay down, and thank God I was able to kick that habit after 100 tries. And my bosses were good. The Nettos, who actually owned the station, and Roy was the operations manager. And it was located downtown Odessa, on top of People's Furniture Company. They owned the People's Furniture Company. The slogan I thought was very good. I wish I would have thought of it. It's first in quality, second to none. 3rd and Lee Street in downtown Odessa. And their picture, their ID was with studios across from Davis Chevrolet, Odessa's oldest automobile institution. That's before Bronco bought them out and then went to business in the Chevrolet business, yeah. Well, I went to work for them part-time when they were situated at the terminal, and their studios were a reconditioned mess hall, if you will. So they had it made out to where it was easy to get the camera in there in the big studio, and it was another learning experience. Incidentally, I had the first live quiz show in the area, the Quiz of Two Cities, when we had people from Odessa and people from Midland have a quiz show right there at the studios, and it was well received. Well done. And of course everything was live. You couldn't make a mistake. They didn't have videotape at that particular time. Well, it was just a very, very plain news set, and you couldn't ask for anything simpler. And we had a lady who gave the commercials for Grandma Murphy. That was a high-quality dry goods store there in the village in Midland, and we did well with what we had. Yeah, we were able. Of course, I worked out there part-time, and then gradually went out there full-time and did most of their live commercials and the newscasts. And the morning show, when today began on NBC with Dave Garroway, I was the one out there doing the cut-ins and things like that. Dangerous Dan was kind of a sidekick for Admiral Foghorn when he had to be off or anything like that. And yeah, we had a good time doing Dangerous Dan. It was. I suggested maybe it would be better for the kids if I was Dandy Dan. It wouldn't be so dangerous, but it never went over. So I was Dangerous Dan for quite a while, and it was another episode in my learning experience in television. Well, Benjamin Franklin is an amazing individual. Nobody like him has come along since his time. And I feel that I personally, as well as everybody else in America, owe him a debt of gratitude. And I want to let people know what he did and how much we are indebted to him. I've got the book, Benjamin Franklin, America's the greatest philosopher who ever lived, actually. And I'm doing something now that is recreating the 1906 events that took place in Boston on the 200th anniversary of his birth, and I think that will be well received when I get it ready. It's in the works and it's almost finished, but it's another work of love, if you would, because it's important to know what all of these men did for our country to create it, the United States of America, but mostly Benjamin Franklin. It's astounding and amazing and unbelievable what one man could do.